So the other day I was reliably informed that David Sharratt, otherwise known as Spinosauruskin, runs a parody account of me, which is why I chose to unfollow him. So I'm not really interested in people who will speak to your face and then speak again behind your back. But there is a small group of hard left YouTubers and activists on Twitter who have apparently dedicated their lives to taking things out of context and attempting to create gotcha moments over and over and over again, to the point where it's just childish. I mean, listen to this clip. And places alternative news outlets, such as myself, alongside them. Well, that's from my latest video that took me 3 days of solid work to compile, to find all the information, make sure it's all correct, make sure I know what I want to say, arrange it, edit it, and then write the script for it, which was 27,000 words, and then record it. And Spino takes 5 seconds of me quoting a BuzzFeed article where they are talking about the alternative media. And yes, I called myself an alternative news source because that is what I do, in much the same way as what the Young Turks do, in much the same way as Stephen Crowder, or even John Oliver, or someone like this. Now, I didn't say I was as big as these people, because I'm not, and I didn't even say I was as good as these people. And I'm not going to say anything else about that. But my point is, and I think that David would have trouble answering this question himself. Why did you do this? What do you gain from it? What point are you trying to make? Yes, I get like 7 or 8 million views a month. That's a lot of people. I get mentioned constantly in articles after articles after articles. I mean, literally calling me out by name, by my face, as if I am something. And I pointed out in that video that the people we are talking about write articles about us because they think we are a threat to them. Because we are changing minds, in fact more minds than they are these days. And yet you still have to, so you actually consider yourself a news outlet now. That is what my channel is. Do I have investigative reporters? No. Did I call myself an investigative reporter? No. Do I go and do any journalism? Do I break stories? No. Do I call myself a journalist? No. Do I talk about the news and do a lot of people watch? Yes. And that's what makes me a news outlet. I'm not commenting on the quality of it. And again, as Sugarhead points out literally underneath, I'm literally referring to the content of the article about me. But for some reason, you have to get autistic about it. And look at you. Autistically going, well, the article says political correctness watchdogs when referring to Sargon, so it didn't. That is a form of alternative media, you fucking idiot. I was just summing it all up in a single term. I assume nothing, which is why, as I've seen, my answer is yeah, because I said it's a broad category. If you talk about news and current events, you are a news outlet too. And I'll give you an example of you being a fucking news outlet, David.
Birth, sexual orientation, gender identity, age, state of health, disability, marital status, migrant or refugee status, or other status.
Okay, so we have 2 claims from 2 politicians. One of them says that the convention is actually in favour of discrimination against men. And the other claims that the convention is completely against discrimination. So, since I don't trust... I'm not going to take either of them at their word for it, since they're politicians and I'm British, and we don't trust our politicians as far as we can throw them last time I checked, and obviously, I can't throw people very far. So, I went and did the next best thing, which is research. And I went and read the 25-page convention, along with some cursory research of the site that holds the convention. And I found out who was telling the truth. Both of them. So, at first glance, the convention does actually claim to...
Okay, so I'm not going to go through it, but what do you think you are doing right there? That is you talking about current events, which is what we call in the business news, and you have a YouTube channel with 12,000 people that I'm going to unsubscribe from because I am sick of your shit. I am sick of you acting like some sort of fedora lord, edgelord twat. I'm just not interested, and honestly, I think you're pissing off a lot of other people as well. I mean, I watched your debate with Matt Christiansen. In fact, I'm going to get that up.
Do you or do you not think that judging people based upon their skin color is fair or not? Whether or not I did it,
is fair. I don't understand what you mean by that. What's
That's
fair?
a super fair
situation
question.
was this or was this not judging people based upon their skin color?
It's
Judging
also
people on their identity, not on their ideas.
It's
also
no. Go ahead, man.
I was going to say it's in a very specific context. Now, if I'm in a vacuum, you want to create this context vacuum like you're describing, and a person comes before me and I have no knowledge of the world around me through which to make a snap judgment of that person, as we do with every single person we encounter every single day, then yeah, skin color is probably a bad choice. In this specific context, in which there is a very real problem that you can definitely look at a person and say, that's likely a German national, and that's likely an Islamic immigrant, then no, I don't grant that it's an unreasonable judgment.
So judging people based upon their skin color and identity is
well, what do you mean judgment?
Okay.
My judgment that I'm making in that case is, where are these people from? That is it ridiculous to see someone who looks like an American and say that's probably an American?
Yeah, because they could be British, they could be French.
What if I have like a God
Australian.
Bless the USA shirt on? I mean, there are several visual indicators
Yeah, okay,
we use.
yeah, but that's further than skin color, isn't it?
No,
No.
What you're talking about is visual cues.
Visual cues, right? They were also behaving in a sexually aggressive way, which Muslim migrants in Germany are notorious for, and all over Western Europe.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That was just the worst thing I've ever fucking seen. I mean, okay, it wasn't that bad, but it was embarrassing, right? Because what Blonde had said was that Middle Eastern men wandering around Germany are probably Muslim, and she was just assuming they were Muslim. Spino, if you had done a survey of them, you'd probably get something like 99% of them saying, yes, I'm a Muslim. So it's not an unfair assumption, and it's certainly not a racist assumption to assume that people from the Middle East are Muslim, which is what Matt was trying to point out. It's a safe assumption, it's an observation, and it is not a prejudgment. It's not a prejudicial statement to say that this person from the Middle East is probably a Muslim. It's just the way people observe the world. But you are being absolutely autistic about it. It's like, so you're saying it's okay to judge people by their appearance, only if you think that describing them is also a judgment. And hey, you know, I don't even mind if we say that about Muslims. I'm joking. Oh, fucking hell, God, I might edit that out because, oh my God, it'll be a 4-second clip that you take out of context again, won't it? And this is something you do all the fucking time. You and the fucking Tom Bloke crews and sort of, you know, the few, like, I don't know, 50 or so annoying leftist activists that you started hanging around with do this constantly. It's bizarre that you'd feel the need to hang out with these people. But no, you're not in the right here. And you're not in the right here. And you're not in the right most of the time. You're slightly in the right, but you'll get things wrong. I mean, look at Zarathustra's Serpent. I definitely get some of my relevant info from Sargon of Akkad. I consider him an outlet for certain types of news, because I am. And that's what the article was quoting. That's what people are telling you, and yet you're sitting there going, I assume nothing. Are you going to start flinging out logical fallacies just before you don your fedora? I mean, come on, man, you're being unreasonable. Alternative news outlets. People who read headlines and get mad. Yeah, that's actually it. But do you know what the actual news outlets are like? Like this, like the New Statesman. Would you consider that a news outlet? I would. Entire article written over a tweet. And I criticised the journalist, and he said, well, you mean if you think people have never sued over things that aren't true, that are true, then you've not met British libel laws, and they are actually quite harsh. But he says, to be honest, you're fact-checking a joke. Okay, fine. I thought I'd be a bit snippy. You wrote an entire article over a tweet, so probably best not to get snippy here, John. He's like, And he's like, I hesitate to use the phrase, it's literally my job, but you're not making it easy for me. So I was like, your job is to write articles about tweets. He's like, Donald Trump is president of the United States. In 2017, writing articles about tweets is a growth industry. And that's sad. That's fucking sad, isn't it? But that is a huge bulk of what makes up the mainstream media these days. Just look it up. Honestly, just look up the fucking articles. Just go to anyone, any fucking... Not the really good ones. Like the Times doesn't source tweets, which is good. The Wall Street Journal sometimes does, but not often. But a lot of them absolutely do. The sort of lower tier ones. And again, what like, oh, you think you call yourself a news outlet? It's like, well, hang on. I didn't say I was a good one. I didn't say any standards. I didn't say I was like the best one. And I certainly, I don't have investigative journalists. I never said I was that. I don't have roving reporters. And I don't think that these other news outlets will stop existing just because I exist as well. They'll stop existing for other reasons, eventually, but places like the Wall Street Journal and the Times actually will carry on. They will actually survive and continue to do actual investigative journalism. And then there's another thing. I mentioned to someone in this exchange that we were having. In fact, no, before we go on, I'll just go through the rest of your timeline. Look at that. Everyone who disagrees with me is pandering to SJWs. No, you literally are. You literally do pander to these people, right? And you keep going on about it as well. I love how I asked the question about how you were presenting your channel and you assumed it was some kind of attack. You've been doing this for ages. You've been doing this for fucking ages. And it's, my channel is a news channel. What of it? I'm just tired of you people. That's why I don't follow you. I just don't care. It's not that you're infidels now. You're just really fucking annoying. There's no talking to you. You're being absolutely autistic about everything you say and do. And there's just no point. You are a waste of time. That's the problem. That's why I'm doing this video. To try and you will literally not listen to a word I fucking say. What you should do is put your fucking ego aside. And believe me, I was a young man once as well. I remember what it was like being exactly like you. I was exactly like you. And now I understand why I was such an insufferable cunt. And when you get to my age, I'm sure you'll understand it as well. And it's not because I'm older than you. It's because I have lived longer and had more experience than you. That's the reason. It's not that there's some magical thing that comes with age, but I have just got more experience of what you are doing. And I'm looking at what you're doing thinking, wow, that is pleb tier bullshit. No wonder. I mean, Vadim Newquist, amazingly, I watched that stream with Crown T and him and a few others. My God, he is one step away from being a fucking regressive, man. And look at what you've retweeted here. Making broad generalizations on skin color isn't racist. No. White people are usually light-skinned. That's not racist. Middle Easterners are usually Muslim. That's not racist. Racism is prejudice, not observation. For fuck's sake. And yeah, I don't associate it with you for these reasons. And I love this. Look at this. Right. Who's the one with the purity tests again? All I've been saying is not to make strange bedfellows with undesirables who are exploiting you for their agenda. I know. That's why I don't associate with Spino and Vadim. That's not a purity test. If I was going out and making a big deal of it, if I was holding you to standards to which you did not ever consent to, then I'd agree. But this is just my personal preference. This is just me saying, I just don't think you're worth my time. I don't think you're worth any of my time at all, really. This is more time than I'm comfortable with giving, but fuck it. I may as well just get this laid out. I mean, you run a parody account of me. Why would I associate with you? Do you think, for a fucking second, I think you are acting in good faith? I mean, nothing that you do seems to be you acting in good faith, but even then, I am happy to chalk this down to you being an autistic twat than you actually being malicious. I'm sure you're not that fucking bad. It's just you're an idiot. Yeah, you have made bad company which you no longer associate. Yeah, that's what I do with people I don't like. I don't associate with them. That's what I do. What do you do? Do you make endless videos just, teasing them? What's this one? I haven't seen this. What's this?
Jontron. Racist. How dare they? Popular YouTubers who make statements against immigration can't be racist. That's it. These articles are a declaration of war.
Come at me, the media. I'm here. I'm gonna, disagree with you on the internet. The media, you are all fake news, even though you call, InfoWars fake news, because it is.
Okay, I'm going to stop this before I fucking cringe myself to death. But what are you doing? I mean, are you not paying attention? What the fuck is this? Did we declare this to be a culture war? No. Yeah, that's what this is all about. I'm going to disagree with you. On the internet. In public, where millions of people will see it. That's what this is about. That's what a culture war is, and they declared it. What more do you fucking want? But what are you doing? You're acting as if nothing's happened. You're acting as if the Wall Street Journal didn't watch a bunch of PewDiePie's fucking videos, take a bunch of clips out of context, and then report him to Disney so they would withdraw their sponsorship and cost him millions of dollars. The same sort of thing happened to JonTron, and yes, he said some things that are controversial because he didn't think them fucking through, but that doesn't make him a racist. It just makes him an idiot. But again, the least charitable interpretation, isn't it? Least charitable. That's what you do. You are like Christy Winters. I know how much you hate Paul Joseph Watson, and I know why you don't like him. And I want you to tell me something legitimately positive about Paul Joseph Watson. I want you to tell me what his strengths are. Legitimately. Without being a little bitch about it and going, wow, he's, just a backhanded compliment. Just say something that is legitimately, honestly true and positive about him. And if you can't do it, that's how you know you are the ideologue.